It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Tony Pollard, your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one, and it's coming up next.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Hello, everybody. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at the Bills entering play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Into the air right away is Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. When you look at this defense, it's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And this is one of those something's got to give games. You got the number 1 passing team in the NFL against the number 1 defense against the pass. A lot of times, the battle's in the trenches. We know that. We see it all the time. But this one, this game's going to be won on the outside.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down to 39. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Allen now looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cook. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Step, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jeffrey Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
Flushed out right. Allen hit. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive on foot.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, they got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And last year's rookie year, a bit of a mixed bag for the young signal caller out of Kentucky. Showed off plenty of tools, but was hurt in the preseason, and it took a little while to get going. But once he did, he showed exactly why the Titans wanted him. Toughness, leadership, and a big arm. The team rallied around him down the stretch.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, the spin. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And it's a touchdown. Tajay Spears, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that makes the score 7-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week.
Allen hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And this will be a touchdown. Tajay Spears with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Now Folk for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bills offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's an early front runner for MVP in the NFL here in the first half of the season. As you can see, he's a league leader in passing yards at this stage of the game. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Allen to throw it. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because The entire game, he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field. There he goes, right side. Now he's loose again. And touchdown. Tajay Spears on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And this is turning out to be something to monitor as this game goes along. That's now 3 touchdown catches for him here in this first half alone. Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit halftime here in what obviously is a very fast-moving first half of play. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. And it's the Texans out in front as that one is just about to halftime. Tank Dell, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Alvin Kamara, a touchdown run in the victory. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. Final adjustments being made for the second half. So with that, we get you back up to Orchard Park and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Jackson now to return. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now he's into the clear again. Now look out! To the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. Now during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line, and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and it is 28-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Bills' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Again, it's Cook. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now Allen. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Sam Martin now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Now, here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. dances by him. There he goes again. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big pickup of 38. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. On for the extra point is Folk. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far. That Allen hit. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, Parker, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that touchdown, his 5th touchdown grab of the game, and that ties him with Jerry Rice from 1990, Kellen Winslow Sr. from 1981, and Bob Shaw back in 1950. For the most receiving touchdowns in a single NFL contest. Folk connects on the extra point, and it is 42-0. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Allen going to throw. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point by Bass, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a big mistake on the return. He's out of bounds at his own 1-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. 134 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now Folk for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for our visitors, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.